Breaking news. A second quadruple murder in the space of a week. What is Jamaica coming to? I tell you, them always going to try to outbid the next one. Not in the good, but in the bad. Same like how with the guy with the shoes. Him step on them shoes and then put him in the hospital. So right after that, they put another young lady. She got beaten at another school and put in the hospital for stepping on our friend's shoes. Now, there was a quadruple murder, which was a shocker because we have not really heard of that before. Now, there's another quadruple murder. And if I'm to follow the trend of the Jamaican thinking how these criminals work, they're going to start doing it in fours until somebody outdo them and do five. And then it's going to be pure fives. And the government need to do something about what the crime that is going on in Jamaica because it's just too much. So here we have a quadruple murder this morning after 1. An eyewitness says the 4 men were at a bar in Summerfield, Clarendon, playing rhythm and jing when a lone gunman approached and sprayed them with bullets. The men reportedly died on the scene, which is still being processed by the police. Well, here we have it. The Deputy Commissioner, Fitzbailey, he has come out and said that despite a multi-parish search, the police have been unable to locate missing artist Stephanie Meddicks Williams. The social media personality and businesswoman has been missing since August 24th, and despite a reward of $1 million put up by her mother, Millicent McCurdy, there has been no sign of her. On Tuesday, the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Fitzbailey, revealed that the police have been to several parishes in search of the missing woman. So far, they have come up empty. I'm aware that several lines of inquiry were made, not only in the corporate area, but in St. Anne, Clarendon as well. Westmoreland, several places were searched and other investigative processes were followed, and unfortunately, we have not been able to identify the missing DJ artist, Bailey said. He was responding to questions from a journalist during the Jamaica Constabulary Force quarterly media briefing. When last seen, Meddicks was wearing a black tights, shoes, and a black top. According to recent media report, her cellular phone last pinged in Linstead, St. Catherine, and that was on the day she went missing. Last week, her family members, led by her mother, staged a peaceful protest outside the Constant Spring police station to highlight the artist's disappearance and to stand in solidarity with the family of other missing people. So the long and short of it is up to date. There is no clue, no trace. She just gone just so. Kinda have a feeling so that's where it will end. Because it has been over a month now. Over to Spanish Town Road, a mother and daughter was slain outside the National Solid Waste compound on Monday. They were slain in the wee hours of the morning just after 5, as they generally park outside the National Waste Management Authority, where they use their car like a semi-restaurant, where they would sell food from it to the workers who go in and out. They would do stuff like sandwiches, teas, breakfast. However, her daughter had just arrived in the island but a day or two before, and had joined her mother on that unfortunate morning. Many people were in shock about the death about these two ladies. However, now there is a new twist, as it is alleged that it could be possible politically motivated, as it is said that she had written upon her social media on June 16. She had wrote, "Too much politics at the National Solid Waste Management Authority." Then a day later she wrote, "Why should my political affiliation affect my job? MPM is now a political arena asylum. MPM, or Metropolitan Parks and Market Waste Management Limited, is the regional branch of the NSWMA which serves the corporate area. Drummond, who has reportedly been employed to the NSWMA for more than 2 decades, suggested that she was being victimized for her political affiliation. You see, this is the thing though, that certain kinds of jobs in Jamaica, regular people won't get, because these jobs are assigned to political activists, like, like you're in one area and the MP gonna make you get a job there, so, and you can get position based on your political affiliation. The problem is that when governments change, that is where your problem lie, because you're going to have some little, what you call it now, some little naysayers that going to say, oh, you belong to X party, and so on and thing, and you used to run up and down for XYZ, and so on. So really, the new setup coming with the party change government is going to want to ostracize you and make it seem like, say, you're a problem and so on and thing, because you're not a part of the clique. You don't form under the party now that is controlling the whole situation. So these are the things that will happen. So many of the killings is politically motivated, because see here, this is what she said, and she's not the only person. A lot of people going through this, but they can't really say anything. She further stated, I have been at mom for over 20 years, for working in the office to route coordinator to team leader to office again. Now I'm supposed to go sit at the Riverton City dump due to politics, and there is no one to speak to because I am a PNP, that is People's National Party supporter. This country is doomed. She also posted that June 17th. A Gleaner reporter visited the Norman Gardens community in East Kingston, where the two lived together. However, neighbors were in shock but were tight-lipped, because they can't do much talking, because they don't know who is listening and who ain't go back and say, oh, you did say something, or you did say something, because are your same neighbors, the same co-workers, the same people them around you. I ever find say going to these kind of facilities, and all of the people that work there then come from a specific area. Then basically all know each other and basically are neighbors. Yes, because most times it's most likely that the jobs they got was politically aligned. Now over in Bowden Hill, St. Andrew, a very tragic situation. The parents of a 2-month-old girl are now left with the heart-rending task of having to tell her when she gets older that her twin sister was the only member of the family who did not survive when the house collapsed. As long as you're a parent, you will feel this. It hurts. I really sympathize with the family, a policeman at the scene of the tragedy in Bowden Hill, St. Andrew said Tuesday morning. He was told that the twins are siblings and their parents were inside the house when it collapsed about 6 a.m. The now deceased baby was trapped under rubble. Hours later, she was eventually located after more than 30 firefighters used all the equipment available to them to search for her beneath the pile of concrete and steel. One resident said she was shaken, especially due to the events leading up to when she learned of the tragedy. I feel it to my heart. I woke up and was going to take my daughter to the doctor because she said her heart was hurting her. I wanted to put on my clothes and it was a struggle. I heard the fire brigade and was wondering where it was going. It was when we came down in the car and reached here we saw what had happened, the woman said. I really feel it for the family. They said the babies were in an incubator after they were born 2 months ago. They just came home from hospital recently, she added. One firefighter said the search for the baby was very tedious. One of the times we heard something like a baby, so we stopped searching and started to listen, but the sound went away, so we continued searching, he said. While the police did not play a role in the physical search, they played their part because we were overrun by the crowd They kept the people out of the space while we worked. The firefighter said, adding that residents assisted them during the process. It is learned that the mother of the child is an employee of Bowden Hill Primary and Infant School located in the area. Senior teacher at the school, Arlene Gardner-Denny, who was among onlookers at the scene, said that her principal will have to put grief counseling measures in place for the students and staff as soon as possible. For us teachers, as teachers, we really could not function knowing that all of this was happening. We have students coming from this space, so we just wanted to know they are okay. It is sad to know what happened. This will take a toll on all our students. They are shaken up and asked what is happening and if this can happen again, she said. She claimed that the house collapsed because of the earthquake 2 weeks ago, coupled with heavy rains over recent weeks, which saturated the soil. The tragedy, meanwhile, was giving rise to questions about current building practices in Jamaica, particularly in Kingston and St. Andrew. Officials, including Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, who visited the scene, said that the soil appeared to have failed to hold the structure up, and reminded that all building constructions, whether private or commercial, must receive the proper approval to protect the lives of citizens. This is indeed tragic. It seems as if the soil failed. We have been having heavy rains and the soil is obviously saturated. We always urge people to tender their applications for approval whenever they are constructing. You will be guided by the engineering department of the municipality, and the process we go through is rigid to make sure our buildings are sustainable, Williams said. Xavier Chevanis, city engineer of Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, said he noticed that the house had improper reinforcement and porous concrete, helping to compromise the building. Firefighters from Stony Hill, Halfway Tree, York Park Station were involved in the search. Patrick Garner, senior superintendent in the Kingston and St. Andrew Division of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, said the call alerting them to the incident came in at 6:23 a.m. and firefighters were immediately mobilized. The terrain was challenging. There are heavy boulders, as you would have seen, but we used the relevant equipment to breach the area. I must thank the resident who assisted. This is a tragic loss. Very emotional. No parent would want to experience this kind of situation, he said. Very sad situation. Condolences to the family and friends. And sleep in peace, little angel.